Hello everyone, this is my latest playthrough in a while because I've been very busy with more serious things. I commented in the past that the versions of Brands Hatch in TORCS and Speed Dreams are pretty nice, so I decided to do a playthrough of TORCS with the Ford GT40 and Brands Hatch. This is called Brondehach on both the TORCS racing series or circuit, and the same thing is true in Speed Dreams because Speed Dreams is based on TORCS, as I've said before. And as you can see, just like the real-life Brands Hatch, this is a rather challenging track, and actually in simulation this might be my favorite. I'm not really sure, but it took me a while to actually make this playthrough compared to what I wanted to take, because I had to practice a bit to get a clean run. I mean, it's actually very hard to drive this track fast, which is the whole appeal of it, I think. And of course you can. I mean, you look at the speedometer there, the car is doing over 100 miles an hour, so perfectly plausible to drive this track fast if you know what you're doing. And in fact, historically it was a Formula One track. Eventually they decided it was so dangerous they couldn't continue using it for that. But this has actually been an F1 track as recently as the 1980s, I believe. But anyway, this is going to be the first of a series of playthroughs because I'm also going to do Speed Dreams, obviously. Although with the Ford GT, because they don't have a proper GT40 for that. And then I'm going to conclude this series by taking a look at Grid Autosport, which is the most advanced, most modern racing simulator that I have. And it might be the most advanced modern game that I have. I was not sure if it would actually run on my computer, actually, but it does. So that will be in the future. In any case, this track is a very, very nice track for drifting, even if it wasn't intended that way. This GT40 representation is accurate enough, though, so that you can't really do that very easily with the car. The Ford GT in Speed Dreams is much, much better at drifting. And it leads me to suspect it's not very realistic, actually, because the Ford GT had very similar design specifications to the GT40, even if it was a much heavier car, and it's not generally as well regarded. It still had a mid-engine, still biased toward the rear in terms of weight distribution. So the driving characteristics, again, were more, I don't know what you would say, more like a European sports car than a muscle car or anything like that. The powertrain on the GT40s and the GT as well were, of course, muscle car powertrains, but that was also true of the AC Cobra and the Cheetah GT and a whole bunch of others, because what's powerful is powerful. But the driving characteristics of a European sports car, no matter what kind of engine you put in it, are very, very different from the driving characteristics of a muscle car or a traditional American sedan. That's for certain. So here I'm already in the third lap, because this is a fast car even by modern standards. The times I can get on Brands Hatch with the GT40 are generally in the neighborhood of what you could get with a modern touring car. Basically a European equivalent to a stock car, although with the lights and everything still intact so that it's street legal. I might drive this a considerable amount more if I have free time to mess around with gaming, but I think that I'll probably spend more time with Grid to learn that game rather than mess with this one. There are clear advantages for frame rate because this was more crudely made. I've said before that TORCS is a much older game, literally going on 15 years old now. Redline's version of Brands Hatch is also excellent, but I have to, again, set up some kind of system for playing Redline again. That will be a little bit complicated, but hopefully it'll go along okay. So here we're almost at the finish line. And we go across the finish line at over 120, and they give us our results and metric there. You can see the times are touring car times, essentially. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll have more.